Good morning and namaste on this tasty Tuesday. You are in the Queen's Curry Kitchen with me, your chef, Nipur. And I'm going to show you, like always, a quick tour of what we are making, what we've made. So let me just start with what we already finished making. So on this week's menu, there are Hakka noodles, which are vegetable noodles. That's right here. We have one client who has a soy and a vinegar allergy. So hers are completely made separate and packed separate. And then this is what we already made. If you like noodles, you know you need to eat this, right? And also one special thing that we are making today is this. It's black garbanzo beans, and then we are going to make some halwa and put it on the side, which is a semolina porridge, because today is the 8th day from the 9 days of fasting for the Mother Goddess. And this is the offering that we make at the altar. It goes to everybody. It's called Mata Ka Prasad, so it's called halwa, puri and chana. So I will be frying the puris. This is all free for all of our subscribers that get our meal plan. It always goes to them twice a year, and of course there is no charge for it. It's just my way of sharing whatever we do, just the blessings of Ma Durga for everybody. Coming into the kitchen, we have, let's see, what do we have going on? We have some lentils. This is 3 different kinds of lentils in a garlic and tomato tempering. I have some cabbage with peas that just got done, so we just have to plate these. In here I have the chickpeas with the spinach, so that is almost getting done. It's coming together. The last thing that we have to make is the cauliflower in a garlic Szechuan sauce. So these are the cauliflowers that have been prepped. We are going to make the sauce for it and toss everything together. And then we are also going to make the cumin potatoes, which is the jeera aloo. So this is the prep for that. So that's pretty much what the action is going on right now. Here is some butter and ghee that I'm melting to make the halwa or the semolina porridge. Since it's a large quantity, I don't think I'll be able to sit through the whole. Let me just turn this down. I don't think I'll be able to sit through the whole process and share that with you, but there are some videos on this Facebook page and on the YouTube channel where you can actually go in there and learn how to make semolina in a smaller quantity. But I'll quickly run you through the proportions. So the proportion of semolina to sugar to ghee is exactly the same, right? I wanted to show you what semolina looks like. This is almost like farina, like cream of wheat. So it's not for people that are gluten-free. This is really not for them. This is called suji. If you go to the Indian store, it's called suji. So the proportion of the semolina to the sugar, 1 part semolina, 1 part sugar, and 1 part ghee right there. Okay, so this is going to be in equal parts. And then you're going to take 4 parts of water, 4 parts. So 1, 1, 1, and 4 times. If you want it to be nice and moist, you're going to use 4 parts. If you want it to be a little more dry and kind of grainy, then you're only going to use 3 parts. But I use 4 parts because I feel like the semolina has the capacity to soak up a lot of moisture, and over time, like when you're boxing it or when you're putting it away, then when you eat it, it's not dry to swallow. So that's what I really love. Let me say a quick hello to Lauren. Hello, Lauren. Good morning. And let me say a quick hello to Sagar Malbandari. Pooja Mehra is watching. Jai Mata Di, welcome. Sarita Vishwanath is watching. Happy Navratri to all of you. Today is Ashtami, so good morning to all of you. Right, so I was talking about the halwa. So if you've only eaten farina that comes in a packet, cream of wheat or farina is really easy to make. Just make sure that the moisture from the water or the milk that you're boiling it in is sufficient, because it does have a tendency to soak up a lot of moisture, right? So the proportion is 1 part of semolina, 1 part of sugar, and 1 part of ghee has to be equal. Some people like to add some cardamom. I don't like to add cardamom because I just feel like it takes away from the original taste of the roasted semolina. Once the ghee is hot, you will roast the semolina till it's like a nice light caramel color, and this has to be on a medium to low flame. So this is the process and the whole cycle that takes the longest amount of time. If I sit down and do that, it's probably going to take me 20 minutes to roast about 2 pounds of semolina. So I don't want to do it on the live. I think it's going to take too much of your time. But if you head over to my YouTube channel, you can see how to make it. There is a video for that. So you're going to roast it till it's nice and aromatic and it resembles the color of caramel. Once that happens, you are going to add the 4 times water that you've pre-measured and kept aside. You're going to add the water and you're going to add the sugar. I like to dissolve the sugar in the water beforehand, but I don't like to make a syrup. Just dissolving the sugar in the water. And here in the US, we have very fine sugar. So it dissolves almost very instantaneously. So add the sugar and water mixture to the hot semolina. Be very careful. You have to step back because it's super hot and it kicks up a lot of steam and it can really burn you. So be very careful when you do that step. So it doesn't matter what container you use to measure your semolina. Just make sure it's 1:1:1 for the semolina, the ghee and the water. If you measure, if you're making a little bit, so let's say you're taking this, it's still going to be 1:1:1, and then 4 times of this is going to be the proportion of water. Okay, so that's pretty much how it goes. I'm gonna go because my ghee is already gonna start burning and smoking, and I really don't want that. But I just wanted to bring you in. We had a late start today because I was stuck in traffic. So we're just really trying to beat the clock. If you'd like to take a class with me or learn to cook any of these foods that you see here, take a class. All the information is on queenscurrykitchen.com. If you would like to get more plant-based ideas, you can sign up. You can join my Facebook group. It's called How to Cook Vegan and Vegetarian Indian Food. It's for all levels of plant-based food eaters, whether you are transitioning, whether you're omnivorous right now, just recipe ideas, live videos, and I will be doing some special content only for that group very soon. So that is on the cards. Hey Cherise, good morning. Rekha Shah is watching and Sarita is watching. So welcome. Yes, so like I said, if you want to order any of the spices or get a spice box or get the book, it's all on the online shop, queenscurrykitchen.com/shop. And if you would like to get a free chana masala recipe that you can make yourself, then definitely head over to the website and go all the way down. There is a free chana masala recipe download just for all of you. Natasha is tuning in. Hello, Natasha. Anuswami is watching. So you know what, I'm kind of pretty much wrapping up, but I'll quickly show you. This is the chana for the halwa puri chana prasad that we are making for Navratri. This is going to go out. I still have to jump back into the kitchen and make the halwa. We are making some cabbage, which is getting boxed right now. There's the chickpeas with spinach. Now it's been simmering away. So this started out with a tempering of onions and tomatoes and ginger and garlic and lots of cumin seeds. And then I added tomatoes once my onions were caramelized, and I cooked those down with all my spices. So I've added chana masala, I've added Kitchen King masala, I've added coriander seed powder, I've added some dry mango powder, some turmeric, some paprika, some black pepper. Always remember, whenever you use turmeric in anything, definitely add your black pepper to help with the absorption of the turmeric. Do not do it without. So this is going to simmer. I'm going to turn it down, and you'll see when all of the oil or the fat, whatever you've used for rendering your tomatoes or rendering the onions, has skimmed up to the top, that means your curry is ready. Definitely check it. You see how this little red little thing? So the oil and the turmeric will start coming to the top, and you'll start to see the colors on your curry. So if you don't touch it for a while and leave it on low to medium, it's going to show you that it's ready. Okay, so this is pretty much done. I'm probably going to need to turn it down. We've also finished making so this is the cabbage that just got, for those of you that just joined in, this is the cabbage and peas. It's going to get garnished with ginger julienne. So this is a cabbage porreal, so it's South Indian style. It has curry leaves, mustard seeds, lots of turmeric, lots of ginger, lots of asafoetida. It's going to get garnished with ginger juliennes and cilantro. And we have our noodles that are already boxed and ready to go with the names on top. So those are going to get boxed. Yeah, so that's where we're at today. Just wanted to bring you in and show you whatever goes on in this kitchen. So if you have been supporting my little tiny business, I appreciate each and every one of you. It really means a lot that week after week you put your trust in our food, and you keep on ordering the food, and you want refills, and you send me kind comments about the taste that you love and how it has changed your life. So I appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your thoughts on this food delivery service. For those of you who are giving referrals, I really appreciate and thank each and every one of you, because this is a business that has really grown from word of mouth. When I started this in the pandemic last year, all I was trying to do was just to bring healthy food from our restaurant in Manhattan to my community in Queens where I live. But yeah, I mean, it's still going, and thankfully everybody's loving it. The community has shown it a lot of love. So if you want to get a free sample of what you see here, definitely send me a message. Stop by on any Tuesday afternoon and come and pick up a sample with your name on it. Just let me know ahead of time so I will have it ready for you. And like I said, if you want to take any of the classes, you know, all the information is on thequeenscurrykitchen.com/classes. I will be starting in-person classes soon, but not just yet. Maybe in the next couple of months. So that's definitely on the cards. If you have any friends, family, or visitors who are coming from any part of the world to New York and you want them to have Indian food, definitely put a word out there and let them get in touch with me. Let them taste home-style Indian food at its finest. All the food is made with olive oil and sea salt and Himalayan pink salt. And we don't really use too much heat in the food. There is absolutely no heat in the food. So it's very palatable by senior citizens or by little babies and families with little kids. So with that, I'm going to take your leave. But thank you so much for hanging out with me in my kitchen. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much. Have a lovely week ahead. I will see you on another Tasty Tuesday real soon. Until then, be blissful and flavorful. I'll see you in the next one. Namaste.